All right, all right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is 5:02 Eastern Time, May 23rd, and yeah, I'm here to chat. Question and answers type of thing, Q&A, NBA showdown slate tonight. Not only that, there's a two-game MLB slate. Not sure many people really care about a two-game MLB slate. It's almost as much of a crapshoot, if not as much of a crapshoot, as an NBA showdown slate. Probably not as much, but pretty close. I have both. I have projections here. We covered it the other day on the video, which some people are probably viewing right now as it gets a little bit closer to lock. I am playing. Today is the first day that I'm playing the showdown in, oh god, I don't even know how long. And it's because today's showdown slate is actually, look, a showdown slate in general. It's pretty tough to be a decent showdown slate, but I like the pricing on today's slate. You could really do anything that you want. There's the guys in the lower tier options that are, who you got at captain, says Big Daddy Danny. I like Giannis. I'm not going to, what's up? Let's say it to work, Sal. Yeah, Jeff. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm doing this later in the day. I think that some people are going to be able to get in that usually aren't when I go live in the mornings. Big Daddy Danny, how's it going? Jeff, how's it going? Yeah, I'm not being contrarian by any means by saying Giannis, but I'm not trying to be cute either. Look, I understand that Middleton in the last game was the captain. I understand that Pascal Siakam, the overtime game before that, was the captain. And there was factors in each of those games. The overtime game, Giannis obviously fouling out, although he did not play well. Now they're going back to Milwaukee tied 2-2. I think that the Raptors have figured Giannis out a little bit, but it's impossible to completely stop Giannis. We saw that a series before with Boston. So, yeah, I have Giannis as my captain, and I like the upside that he brings today in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals, where the 40 minutes of Giannis can be unleashed today in a close game. Is Brooks worth having in the captain spot? I'd say no. Yo, what's going on, Let's see. How's it going, Paul Thomas? I'd say no. I don't really want Brooks in the captain spot. I do like Brook Lopez, though. I like him a decent amount today, and I'm working with lineups in leaving anywhere from 1,000 to 1,800 on the table is what I've been playing around with. And there's some lineups where I am teasing the idea to get Brook Lopez over Marc Gasol. Now, that doesn't grade out anywhere near ideal for me today. I have Marc Gasol scoring significantly more points, and this is actually has to come up a bit here. This is an overreaction to some of the defensive things. But yeah, I have Brook Lopez scoring around 25, 26 points today. I have Marc Gasol scoring, if he sees his full run today, right around 36. So 10 more points for Marc Gasol. But obviously these are median projections. We've seen Brook Lopez outscore Marc Gasol, I believe, in 2 of the 4 games thus far. Obviously, that first game going absolutely bonkers. In that second game, I'm not sure if he actually did. It might only be 1 out of the 4. So I think, though, that's about what it would be. 25% of the time, Brook Lopez outscores Marc Gasol if you're talking about utility spots. So there's some lineups where I play around with having Lopez over Gasol to get more salary relief. But I do like Gasol pure points-wise a decent amount more. But if we're trying to leave money on the table, and once again, if you're new here, you want to be leaving a good amount of money on the table tonight. You don't want to be leaving $200, $300 on the table. There's a chance that you can win it. You can have a weird captain that goes off. But realistically, to be different, if you want to have your Giannis or Kawhi in the captain spot, you're going to have to leave $1,000 plus or right around there on the table tonight, unless you're playing 5 guys from one team. Damn, we got people piling in here. 20 plus. How's it going, everybody? Yeah, ask any questions that you want. It doesn't have to be just about NBA, although I imagine that based on the title of this and the interest, that's where it will be. But we also have, and I could quickly jump to it, we also have MLB projections for tonight's 2-game slate. I had them earlier for the 6-game slate. I released a video. MLB not getting as much attraction as of right now. I believe that's because of the NBA. Not nearly as much attraction as the NBA right now, which makes sense. It's the regular season MLB. It's boring. So yeah, I have MLB for that. So just let me know what people want to see individually in the comments, in the chat, and I'll talk about it. So let's talk about any questions that you guys have. I will let you know wholeheartedly what I'm doing. I'm playing tonight, so I feel confident. That's why I want to do a live stream. I am playing tonight, so let's do it. Malcolm Brogdon or Marc Gasol? That is a great question. That they're very close in price, right? $400 difference. I prefer Marc Gasol there, and it also saves some money if that's going to leave some more time, leave some more money on the table. I prefer Marc Gasol over Brogdon. Brogdon minutes, though, in the last game, he was going to play about 33, 34 minutes, if not for the blowout. He was going to close that game out. So keep in mind that Brogdon's minutes are going to be very similar to Gasol's. They might both play 35 minutes today. I still like Gasol. I'll always take a center over a shooting guard. Maybe not always. I mean, you have James Harden being the exception. Some other shooting guards, Klay Thompson, sometimes in the playoffs being an exception with no Kevin Durant for sure. But most of the time, I'm going to take a shooting guard over a center. Comments coming in real quick now, so let's just look through these. Gasol in the captain spot. Yeah, Gasol in the captain spot is interesting to me. He's probably my 4th favorite captain option tonight. and it's Giannis, Kawhi, Siakam, and Gasol for me in terms of my captain interests. But it's Giannis on his own tier. It's then Kawhi on his own tier, and then those guys kind of fall off after that. I'm not like putting them as in I'm gonna have 25% of each. No, I would have very small shares of Gasol and even Siakam captain spots. I'm very all in on Giannis as the captain today. I'm not trying to be cute. It's no contrarian play by any means. There's different ways to differentiate your lineups. Giannis is in a spot where I have him projected for about 60 points, 59 points. If he gets that and Kawhi doesn't go for something similar, he's going to need to be the captain tonight, unless you have another random performance, maybe a Kyle Lowry bomb game for 50-something points. But yeah, I'm not getting any different tonight in terms of that. Think Serge is going to do something. He has shown us that he can play and be productive. Orlando, he can, but I don't have much faith. I have him projected for 15. I'm taking a bullish stand. I think I'm under projecting him probably in minutes. It probably should be closer to 17. But him playing 24 minutes last game was a factor of a few games. Him and Fred VanVleet was a factor of Siakam being in early foul trouble and fouling out. Siakam saw 15. Let's be conservative. 15 less minutes than he would have seen. So that's why you see a spike of 8 minutes or so for Serge Ibaka. That's why you see a spike of 10 minutes or so. Those 18 minutes combined are mainly coming off of Siakam not playing 15 minutes extra that he should, upwards of 17 minutes. Marc Gasol saw a little bit less time due to the blowout. He saw 33 minutes instead of his normal average of around 35, 36 in the playoffs. So I'm not at all interested in Serge Ibaka tonight. Obviously, that could backfire. They can go to him for 26 minutes. They have shown they want to do that at some points. But in this series, he hasn't been getting unleashed. The last game was not him getting unleashed. It was him being forced into play because a guy who plays his exact same position, give or take Siakam, was on the bench. Anytime they give Ibaka over 20 minutes, he produces. I agree, but I don't think they give him 20 minutes today, Patrick. And they could. I could be wrong. I have been wrong probably a majority of the time. This is a fail sport, DFS. But yeah, I don't think they give him 20 minutes today. Thinking about Ibaka over Lopez or Hill. I like Hill out of all three of those. I mean, taking into account price, I think I like Hill over Lopez and Ibaka. But Lopez would be close there. But yeah, I'm just not big on Ibaka today. I got Ibaka in my lineup. So much Ibaka talk. Jesus. I got Ibaka in my lineup just in case Pascal or Gasol get in foul trouble. Yeah, Lit T, I would never do that. I see what you're doing. It's a showdown slate. There's different ways to take advantage of situations, i.e. foul trouble. But trying to predict foul trouble, the percentage of the time that it's going to happen is so slim. So trying to predict that either Gasol or Siakam get in foul trouble tonight. And keep in mind, foul trouble in the playoffs is not the same as the regular season. A guy getting 2 fouls in the first quarter does not get him off the court guaranteed like the regular season. Even 3 in the first quarter if it's an important guy. Like Kawhi Leonard has gotten 3 fouls, I believe, in the first quarter against Philadelphia 76ers. And he did not come out of that game. All right, so yeah, so I guess I was just thinking through that thought a little bit, making sure that they played the 76ers. But, which I don't know now. I don't think they did. That's bad. Kawhi had 3 fouls in the last game. In the first quarter, he continued to play. So the thing about foul trouble is it's not guaranteed to give anybody less run unless you get a guy like Siakam picking up his 4th in the second quarter or whatever it was, and then obviously fouling out. So that's where that's just my take, because not only do you have to get that guy out based on the foul trouble, then you have to hope that your guy, one, is productive or that he even gets the minutes, because Fred VanVleet got the most increased run from Siakam getting in foul trouble, believe it or not. Obviously, Ibaka got some too, but not as much. Damn, we got a lot of people filing in here. People having a lot of interest in today's slate. 55 of you. How's it going, everybody? I'll get through all the questions for sure. I'll stay on as long as we need, I guess. Not till lock. That's 2 hours. I'm not spending all my time doing that. Is Giannis and Kawhi stack the best option for cash games tonight on DK? I think it is for either cash or GPPs. You should be having Giannis and Kawhi in probably damn near all of your lineups, in my opinion. It doesn't mean that they both. It doesn't mean that you have to have one in the captain spot, although I will be putting majority of them in my captain spots. I'm not trying to be cute, and that's the big thing here. I will not get cute on a showdown slate just to try and be different, because there's other ways to be different. You should be different, but you don't have to not play the 2 best players by a wide margin in the game. You don't have to not put one in the captain spot, because there's a great chance one of them is going to see the most points on tonight's slate and be needed in the captain spot. Siakam a bounce back tonight? Yeah, I think so. Look, he didn't play bad in the last game. He fouled out. There's nothing to really bounce back from. He played incredible the game before, really well the game before they went into double overtime. So, yeah, Pascal Siakam tonight, it's not really even a bounce back spot. He fouled out in the last game and he was in foul trouble. Him seeing 23 minutes was not a product of him playing bad. It was a product of him, I guess, being overly aggressive or maybe a quick whistle by the refs, but had nothing to do with his skill set. So, yeah, a bounce back game. Yeah, of course, he's definitely going to be better. Pascal is a risky move. Patrick, I would disagree with that. I don't really know why there's risk. If you're saying there's risk because of his minutes last game, no, not at all. He got in foul trouble. That has not. Pascal Siakam is going to see, at the least, if it's a competitive game, 36 minutes tonight. I have him at 38. Yeah. Bledsoe again. All right, what do we got? What do you think about Powell? I think he's great. I think he's very close to the same type of must play like a Giannis or Kawhi. Not obviously in terms of pure points, in terms of the value that they give you for their price. Now, Giannis and Kawhi could be priced at really whatever price, and as long as it's below like $13,000 and they're still in play. But $4,400 for Norman Powell, who seems to be locked in. I have him at 32 minutes today. Seems to be playing a little bit more aggressive as he should be in the playoffs, getting close to a point per minute the last two games. He's playing over his head. I'll say that. Norman Powell's playing over his head. He's a .75 regular season fantasy point per minute guy. He's playing at a .9 rate right now. So, yeah, he's definitely playing over his head, but I like Norman Powell a lot tonight. Would you play Lopez and Ibaka together? That's my gut feeling. Gasol goes cold and Ibaka takes over in the fourth. Yeah, you have to build a narrative for some things. There's a chance that Gasol just gets taken out of the game. But Gasol played the last 16 minutes of the last game. So they're in no hurry to get Gasol off the floor, especially to close the game out. I mean, somebody has to try and stop Giannis. Kawhi guarded Giannis in that last game. That's underrated, and Giannis shot 1 for 7. So you might see more of that. So if you want to get off the Giannis captain train, that's one reason too, because Kawhi, probably the best defender on the court, is going to be on him, or should be on him, for a couple more possessions tonight. But Gasol, unless he's in foul trouble or just playing absolutely dreadful, they're not going to take him out of this game. He played the last 16 minutes of the last game. He's going to close the game out. Maybe it's not the last 16. Maybe it's not even the last 12. But once he checks in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes left, even if it is, I think it would be around 12, he's going to play the whole game. I have more confidence in Hill as Bledsoe has not been good. I think the bench will show up for the Bucks today. I like Brogdon as well. I like Hill. I think Brogdon's fine. I'm not getting too much of Brogdon just at his price point. I can get to a ton of Brogdon, but I would be leaving $0 on the table, and I believe that's the biggest mistake you can make in Showdown, is spending all of your salary or close to all of your salary, in terms of if you actually want to win a decent amount of money, or win the whole thing, really, by yourself. Bledsoe, I like Bledsoe today, $5,600. This is the exact spot that I try to target guys at. Bledsoe's price point is dirt cheap, $5,600. Look, he played 20 minutes in the last game. He played bad, so I'm trying to bank on him not getting just in the doghouse, or put in the doghouse still. But Bledsoe tonight, look, in terms of real life, he could be playing terrible, but I take a gamble on him in fantasy when guys are going to be off of him. He knows that he's playing terrible. He got called out by his coach. So usually, hopefully, that gets a little bit of bump. We've seen it happen to Kyle Lowry, game 2 of the first round of the playoffs. We've seen it happen to Ben Simmons in these playoffs, just kind of when they get called out by their coach, or when they just get called out by the media overall and everybody's off of them. A little bit, Chris Middleton in the last game, people were calling him out somewhat, not as much as Bledsoe. But yeah, I like Bledsoe a good amount. Now, I'm not prioritizing him, but I'm getting to a decent amount in that price range of Bledsoe because I like him more than Serge Ibaka. I like him more than Nikola Mirotic, who I think Mirotic can be a dark horse today. Still playing his stable 25-26 minutes. It really depends on, does he hit his 2 early threes that he gets and gets heated and stays in the game for 30 minutes. So that's a gamble, obviously, but so is this whole Showdown slate. Tons of people in here. What's going on, everybody? Hit the video with a like. I'll get to all your questions. I'm trying to scroll through them as fast as I can. I'll try and be quicker on them. Ersan at 2K could be a move. Plays well at home. Yeah, I think he's in a player pool at 2K. I don't get to him much. I don't think he sees a bit more than 15 minutes. He'd have to be productive in those minutes, but he surely can be. He can score 20 fantasy points in 15 minutes. And yeah, 2K allows you to open up a lot of things. I just think the salaries are already really loose. I mean, you still have Marc Gasol, $6,600. You have Eric Bledsoe now at $5,600. You have George Hill, a guy who should see 25 plus minutes, at $3,600. So I think the salaries are just so nice that you really don't need a Ersan. Now, if you're trying to fit in just tons of guys, you can go there. Bledsoe's a gamble. Yeah, Bledsoe's a gamble for sure. But I like the lower ownership on him and a lower price point for that gamble. And again, if Bledsoe at $5,600 gets me 30 fantasy points, I don't need him to get me 40. I don't need him to get me 50. He needs to get me around 30. So that's what I'm hoping for. Bledsoe in the captain spot. I think that's a little bit too much, though. No Bledsoe in the captain spot for me. I agree. What's going on, Sal? What's going on, Black History? How you doing? Low-key, I think Bledsoe will have a solid game. Yeah, I really don't know what he's going to do. I have him projecting pretty bad today because I have him at 25 minutes. So I have him projecting for 22 fantasy points, which doesn't kill you. I mean, I'm probably not going to win you a tournament, but it doesn't kill you. But if I give Bledsoe a quality amount of minutes, if I give him 28 minutes, I get him closer to a 30 or a 26, 27 fantasy points. So, yeah, I mean, this is me median projecting him, but I'm just trying to factor in all things here. Now, if Bledsoe was popular at 5,600, I wouldn't want him, but there's going to be lower ownership on him, and there's going to be not only lower ownership, but it's a price point that it allows me to get up to other guys above him and also leave money on the table without having to play Ersan Ilyasova or Danny Green or just dust down on that shot. Bledsoe all in, says Antonio Murphy. I don't know your name. Probably, or I don't know if I'm saying that right. Bledsoe all in. I want to be 100% in, but again, I'm playing like 2 lineups tonight, so I can tell you that I have Bledsoe in both of those lineups. So yeah, I guess I'm all in. But no heavy stuff on these showdown slates. Might have to snub Kawhi and roll with Giannis. I think you can get both. I think you should have both, but if you don't have one, I think we've seen that you don't need both of them in at least one of these games. So it's risky. I wouldn't do it, but especially Game 5, the most pivotal game in any single playoffs or any game in the round of the series or best of 7 series. Game 5 is the most pivotal. You're going to get the stars out there for increased time more times than not. Van Vliet, Sal, stop. You can't black him out, LOL. Yeah, Anton, I have nobody blacked out, but I would black out for Van Vliet. I like Middleton, but is he too expensive? Thoughts, Sal? Yeah, what's going on, Gregory Richardson? Middleton, he's not too expensive at 9,400. This is where his price should be, but you're used to that, or you're more recently used to that $7,400 price tag that you got him at a game ago when he went off. So he can clearly go off. We saw it in the last game, and at 9,400, it doesn't matter what price he is. If he plays like the last time, you want him, you need him. I'm not getting too much of him, though, because now his time, I think, or at least I would bank on it more times than not, that was his game in the series. That was his ceiling game. He's an all-star. It's not saying he can't do it again. But Game 5, I have more faith in Giannis. If I'm having more faith in Giannis and I do like Bledsoe, well, then Middleton's just going to take a little bit of back seat for me. But I think he's definitely in play. I'm just not getting too much of him. Norman Powell in the captain spot. I think that's too cute, David. And here's the thing. Let's be realistic here. We've seen now 2 games in a row without Giannis or Kawhi being needed to be the captain. The second best player in the team was Pascal Siakam and I just got an email, so I was looking at that, and Chris Middleton. They're the second best players on the team, and they're very good players. Jumping down your captain to Norman Powell is too much for me. This is not a guy who's going to go out there and score 45 fantasy points tonight, like Brook Lopez in Game 1, scoring like 57, just shooting 21 times when his average is 7 all season long. This is not a guy who's going to do that. It's just not going to happen. If it happens, it's a 1 in a million chance. You're burning money if you put Norman Powell in the captain spot, because he's realistically, as a ceiling game, a higher end game, going to score 30 fantasy points tonight. That'd be good, but it's not needed in the captain spot. That's 45 in the captain spot. If Giannis goes out and scores 60, that's 90 in the captain spot. Where are you making up those other 45 points? You're not. So, and it doesn't even have to be Giannis. It could be Kyle Lowry scoring 50, and now you got 75 in the captain compared to 45. You're not making up those 30 points elsewhere. So I don't want no Norman Powell in my captain spots. Maybe Middleton getting a large increase in price keeps his ownership down somewhat. I would like to think that, but like that's how I think. I think okay, I don't want to go to him, so he's gonna be higher owned, so I don't want to go to him. So maybe everybody does that, is what you're saying, Anton. But I don't think so. More people are gonna see that last game log. More people aren't watching the stream. There's 86 of you watching this stream, or Awesome stream, or whoever's intelligent in DFS doing a stream. More people aren't looking into it this much. A lot of people will get home from work at 5. Or even 6 or 10 minutes before the game and build a lineup, and they'll say, oh, Middleton had 55 fantasy points in the last game, or whatever he had, 60, whatever he had. Yeah, I'm going to put him in my lineup. That's what people are going to do. They're not going to say, well, you know what, his price came up from the last game, and now his teammates' prices are down, and Giannis got held down on the road and just really didn't play well. Now he's back home in a pivotal Game 5, should see more minutes, maybe. No, they're not going to think that. So, yeah, that's the way that we think. I don't think nearly anywhere near that's what the public thinks. The public, for the most part, thinks with their emotions. So, not that they're uneducated, but they think with their emotions, meaning that they're going to see that last recency bias. And even if they don't want to, they're going to land on more Middleton than they should. What's up, Pam? What's going on, Bronco? Could you fade Kawhi? You could. I wouldn't. Never mind. I probably answered it. Would Bledsoe be a... Oh, boy. We got thrown off. Where are we at? Oh, damn, there's so many questions. Oh, God. Oh, God, look at all these questions. Okay, we got to go quick through these. Let me do them quick. We'll get caught up with the questions. Almost 100 people in here. Hit the like button. What's going on? How you doing? Let's go. This is fun. Would Bledsoe be a good captain? I'd say no. For the same reason as, look, I go Giannis, Kawhi, Chris Middleton, and Pascal Siakam as guys that I would have confidence in as a captain, and I would go Marc Gasol as well. I don't want to take risks with anybody else who can't score 40-plus fantasy points. I know Brook Lopez has done it in the series, but let's be realistic. He's not shooting 20 times again. George or Powell with low value? If you want to get a lower-owned guy, George Hill, if that's what you're talking about, but I like Powell. Gasol on the captain, stack Giannis and Kawhi. I think that's viable. Yeah, I think that's fine. Just playing Bledsoe at this point is good enough. Captain, probably a reach. Yeah, it is a reach. I think Bledsoe in the captain. Off topic, but are you putting out your WNBA content? Real quick on WNBA, and I guess we don't have to be real quick, but to get through the questions, I have projections for the WNBA. I have them. They're set. The issue is I don't know what the hell minutes are going to be. I've been trying to find articles, and maybe there's some I didn't really check much today. I've been trying to find articles everywhere. Like I built a sheet just like you're seeing right here for WNBA. And I have all the players in. I have all of their minutes from last year, all their stats from last year, their fantasy points for minutes from last year. That's all I can go off of is last year. I want to make WNBA content. I want to release a video. I probably will tomorrow, but I have no idea what minutes are going to be. It's probably going to take a week or two to really understand what rotations are. Maybe a week, that's it. But I don't know where minutes are going to be. Keep in mind, there's like 15 to 20 new women in the league, so I don't know what the heck I'm supposed to do with that information. There's trades, there's new management for these 12 teams. So I really don't know. When there's no articles out there, or not enough to tell me what the rotations are going to be like because it's WNBA and it's not as widely covered, then yeah, it's just tough for me. So I'm going to do content. The first week might be a little bit rough in terms of who the hell is going to be playing. I don't know. Do you? No. So yeah, I will have it though. Is Bledsoe your captain? Let me get your cash, Paul. I don't know who Paul is. My name is Sal Gregory Bamba. But no, Bledsoe is not my captain. 62 people watching. How many thumbs up? That's ridiculous. Obviously, you like his content because you're watching that. You can at least throw him a thumbs up. That wasn't a plug. That was Joe Thompson. He wrote it in the comments. I'm not even kidding. But now there's 90 people watching. And honestly, it's a live stream. You don't have to hit the thumbs up if you really don't want to. Here's the thing. Thumbs up buttons, you know what they do? Very small, too. So when people tell you to hit the thumbs up button, it really doesn't matter as much. YouTube changed their whole algorithm for the most part. Thumbs up matter. Very small amount, so they matter. But here's the thing. If I post a video early in the morning and right away 20 people hit it with a thumbs up, it gets a small bump, and a very small, I mean a percentage of a bump over some other videos in that same range. But, I mean, going through this for so long, I'm not going to give away the secrets, and really you can just look them up for a few days and find them out. There is way more other ways to get your videos ranked higher. Thumbs up have really no bearing at all. Now, if you're getting tons of them, hundreds of them, yes, but, I mean, we're not getting that on DFS content. So hit me with a thumbs up if you want to, show appreciation. But for the most part, for streams, they don't really matter. For videos, they'll matter a little bit, but not really at all. So that's it. That's the thinking behind thumbs up. Next time somebody tells you to hit thumbs up button, surely it helps. It's better than a thumbs down, right? But it doesn't help in any huge beneficial way as much as you watching the video does. You watching more of the video is the thing that helps the most. Watch time is the biggest ranked factor on YouTube. How's it going, Sal? Good luck tonight. What's going on, DLN Sports Daily Fantasy, the cash line? How's it going? Good luck to you too. Keep doing your thing, bro. I've been watching for a couple of months. Thank you. I appreciate it, Cornell. You'll definitely be offered a job and be able to make this a career. Thanks for the knowledge and fresh perspectives. I appreciate that, Cornell Richardson. I've been offered, and I actually have, I'll announce it right after this. I've been offered a few jobs, limited time, 24-month. That's just a credit card. Do not want that email. I've been offered a few roles, and I've turned them down just because it would result in, by some very prominent companies that I respect, but I would have to turn down my own YouTube thing. And right now, I don't want to be doing that. But I just did sign a deal for 2 months with, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Sportscaster, but we're going to hear a little bit more about that. I really like it. I love the idea. It's pretty much like a Twitch, Twitch is mainly for gaming. It's pretty much like a Twitch for sports. You go on there, you can call a game, you can just talk about sports like I am right here. So still going to be doing YouTube, 100% YouTube, same thing, no real difference, videos every single day. But I'll be doing streams also on Sportscaster, maybe talking while a game's live for an hour, starting June 1st. So that's pretty cool. I really liked it, so really excited about that. So yeah, making this a career might be might be able to do that on my own, but we're working on it. Thoughts on Van Vliet getting more minutes with Leonard not being 100%? No, that's not why Fred Van Vliet got more minutes. Fred Van Vliet got more minutes Bronco because Pascal Siakam was in foul trouble. When Siakam got his third foul, Fred Van Vliet checked directly in. He got more minutes because of that. So don't look too much into it. Fred Van Vliet going to be the best Raptor bench player. I mean, I'm not really high on Serge Ibaka, so he could be. I think they both see around 15 minutes, so it could be close. Alex Dangles, I read an article, Sal, that was talking about if Bledsoe continues to struggle, we will see more George Hill. If I play Bledsoe and expect him to play well, though, that could diminish Hill. No, I don't think so. If Bledsoe struggles a lot, you can see more George Hill in terms of... George Hill has been getting 27, 28 minutes a game since last series, and Bledsoe is still seeing 30 minutes. So if Bledsoe plays really well, you're not getting less George Hill. They're going to run George Hill out there for 25, 26 minutes. I have him at 27 minutes tonight. Bledsoe has been playing, he's played games, he's averaged 28 minutes a game during the playoffs. If he plays 28, if he plays 30 minutes tonight, that's probably taking more away from Pat Connaughton's 8 or 9 than any of George Hill's. They want George Hill out there. It's not going to be taken away from him. Well, hey, look what Leonard did in a slate for Portland. I don't know what he did, Paul. Let me know. Trying to get away from the chalk. It's a showdown slate. You're going to have chalk everywhere. The only way, and I say this like knowing, like not checking every single night how many salary, and I should, but in theory, the only way that you're going to win or not split it with 100 people is the chalk doesn't hit as much as it should. Like if everybody's building the same lineup that leaves no money left over, well then you're splitting it. And that's why sometimes people split it 200 ways. But the only way that you're not is if you build a lineup that is still viable. You're not just playing Pat Connaughton or Ursan Ilyasova in your lineups because they're probably not that viable. And then you leave some money on the table. Just don't spend up. You can. It's really simple, honestly. You play Eric Bledsoe over Marc Gasol. There's $1,000 left. That's how you do it. That's just one way you could do it. You play George Hill over Serge Ibaka and Nikola Mirotic. A lot of people aren't going to want to leave that extra $1,500. You will, and now you have a unique lineup. Or you're only splitting it with 2 people, and you win $50,000 tonight. So that's I like continue to say it, and people it's probably beating a dead horse, leaving money on the table in these showdown slates. It's literally the only way to get an edge, unless you're entering 150 lineups and you can pick 5 different captains and throw 30 lineups at each of them. So yeah, why not play both Hill and Bledsoe? You can. You definitely can, Murphy. I think that is more than viable. They're going to see. I mean, Bledsoe is the only guy who's at risk for minutes. I don't think either of them, in terms of Hill being limited in minutes, and if Bledsoe just plays decent, he'll get his run. What do you think about Mirotic? I think he's the guy who's going to be forgotten the most. I think people are going to be down on Bledsoe, yeah, but he's still going to start. Mirotic's starting as well, but Malcolm Brogdon's minutes increasing will hit some players. It's mainly just been taken away from Pat Connaughton, and in the last game, Bledsoe got limited. But a part of that was also the blowout, so you can add 4 more minutes to Bledsoe. It really wasn't 20 minutes. But Mirotic, I think he's going to be the guy that's forgotten. But Mirotic, the only way we've seen him get success in these playoffs is if he gets off to a hot start. It's happened twice. He has to knock down his threes early, and he just has to be there. Maybe pick up a block or a steal, and then he'll stay in the game for 32 minutes, and then you have your Mirotic game. That could happen tonight, but he's a great player. And he's on a team that has a ton of usage being soaked up by Middleton and Giannis, so he has to just knock down his square-up threes. And that's the same thing for Brook Lopez, same thing for these guys. So what do I think about him? He has to get off to a hot start. Do I think he does that? Majority of the time he hasn't, so I'll just lean on no. Fred VanVleet or Illy? I don't know. They're both terrible. Fred VanVleet. Bledsoe is a huge no for me. That's fair. Yeah, he's been playing terrible. That's fair. He is for a lot of people. That could be the reason to take Bledsoe. His price keeps dropping. Exactly. Yeah. If people are going to be off of him and his price is down, and everybody and his coach even said, you need to play better, I'll just take a gamble on it. And I don't need 50 points out of Eric Bledsoe tonight. I need 30 at that price. I'm playing Bledsoe at captain just because people will be off of him. Yeah, I think people will be off him. I think captain's just extreme because, once again, you're looking to get 30 points out of Eric Bledsoe. Maybe you'll get lucky and he scores 35, hits an extra 3. Realistically tonight, Giannis or Kawhi, one of them is going to score 50-plus points, and you probably need them, if not 60-plus points. But again, do not let me make the final decisions for your lineup. Somebody commented the other day, we're at 99 people, by the way. We're about to hit 100. We did that on the Super Bowl. The first time I ever live streamed was the Super Bowl, and we hit 130, and I was like, holy shit, this is what it's going to be like. But then I live streamed so early in the morning that it doesn't really matter. But what's going on, everybody? Super Chat is enabled if anybody wants to donate $1. Just $1. I'm a poor boy. No, I'm kidding. There's the plug, though. Gasol in or out tonight? Yeah, Gasol's a great play. I have 2 lineups right now, and I have one with Gasol and one without. I would love to put him in both, but I try to leave a little bit more money on that second one. So I think Gasol's a great play. I have him projected for 36.5 points. Obviously, these are showdown projections. That's for the utility spot. I don't think that it means much on a showdown. It's just so variant, but that's what I can give you. I like Gasol. Yeah. You think to fade Leonard is the best option? No, not at all. No, God, no. I haven't said once I want to fade Kawhi Leonard tonight. No, definitely not. What is your thoughts on the pitching tonight? I love Tampa Bay tonight, but that pitcher scares me. Hey, Gregory, talking about baseball. Yeah, I'm with it. We're about to hit. All right, I got to get through these questions so I could answer that baseball one. Damn, we got a lot of questions. All right, so quickly baseball. Yeah, I have it here. Pitching tonight, it seems pretty obvious for me. I want Corbin Martin, and I want Tampa Bay pitcher. Here's the thing. Oh, no. I want Cleveland. I want Adam Plutko. Look, I want Corbin Martin because the win upside's there. They all stink. They really all stink. Corbin Martin's only had 2 starts, so it's unfair to say he stinks. But they're all terrible. But Yarbrough or whatever, he's probably only going to be going like 4 innings here. And then you have to choose between Adam Plutko for $1,000 cheaper. Then I really can't say any of these names. Why do they have all these names on here? This is very bad. But if I'm choosing between guys, I want Corbin Martin, so I'm not going to choose the guy on the other side because I want most win upside that I can get, and then I'm not going to choose the guy going 4 innings. I'll choose the guy going potentially 6. So yeah, the pitching stinks, and don't try and force stacks in tonight for baseball. You don't have to. It's a 2-game slate. Stacking is probably not optimal tonight. Obviously, Houston is on this slate, so you can get 5 guys and feel good about that, but it's not optimal. I would say on a 2-game slate. There we go. There's a baseball question answered. Sal, what's up? How you doing? What's going on, Chase Nichols? How are you? I'm fading. Let's get through all these questions. Let's get up to time. I'm fading Leonard, which means it should be a lock for everyone else. LOL. I agree. Pascal at captain. Wow. He's my 3rd or 4th favorite captain option. Yeah, behind Giannis and Kawhi, and then it's him and Gasol I have interest in. Thanks for all your advice every game. I'm playing 5 lineups tonight. Nice. No problem, Kemper Brody. Best of luck. Middleton and captain spot. I don't want to go there just because the price is up. You're at a point now where you're not saving too much money if you put him in the captain spot off of these stud elite guys. Sure, you're still saving $3,000 or whatever it is, but I'm not getting too much Middleton captain. I don't think it's out of this world though. It's not dumb. When fading Gasol, does that mean you make the pivot to Lopez, or could you fade both? You can fade both. You definitely can fade both. Lopez is relying on himself. He's not relying on the guy defending him. He's relying on if he can knock down 3 3-pointers. That's really it. If Lopez knocks down 3 to 4 3-pointers, and that's like 8, and he takes 10 shots instead of 7, not 21. Don't expect that like game 1. That's all you really need. So yeah, you could fade both. Fade Gasol, take Siakam, and take Van Vliet. That's possible. I don't want any Fred Van Vliet tonight. Just because he's going to be highly owned, or not highly, higher owned than the last game. People think he's just going to see 25 minutes tonight out of nowhere. The luxury of working in IT and being on the computer and not missing out. Black Leg History, what's going on? Working from work right now. I imagine you are either pulling extra time. It's 5:30. You should be going home if this is a 9 to 5, unless you're in a different time zone. Taking Giannis as captain with Kawhi and Siakam. That's more than fine. I think that's really viable, Donnie. Siakam or Lowry? Siakam for me. Hey, Alex Bush, what's going on? Brogdon captain. I don't really want to go. Sup, Sally V? What's going on, Michael Williams? Siakam isn't guarding Giannis anymore. He has free reign to go ham. Is that true? I know that Kawhi picked up Giannis for a good amount of the possessions, but not all of them. We just had 100 people watching live. Hey, cheers. Where's the confetti? Siakam should be fine. Isn't guarding Giannis anymore. Yeah, that's fine. I think Siakam's fine. For God's sake, hit the guy with the like button, says Joe Thompson. This is a real person. I'm not trying to plug this. I couldn't care less about the likes for a live video, but like it. Sal, my Goombadi. I don't know what that means, but what's going on, brother? So you're saying Ilyasova we shouldn't risk at all. No, I'm not saying you shouldn't have 1% of him, but if you're playing one lineup, I don't want Ersan Ilyasova in it. You really want to be sitting there tonight with your $20 or whatever it is, $20, right? Your $20 on the line. You want to be like, come on, Ersan, get in the game. Come on, Ersan, get in the game. No, I want starters. I'm not playing bench guys tonight, unless I think they're going to see this big run, which I don't think any bench guys tonight are really seeing run outside of Norman Powell. Let me make sure that's right, now that I just said that out loud. Yeah, outside of Norman Powell and Brogdon, obviously. So Brogdon's still coming off the bench. But I'm not sitting there tonight hoping that Ilyasova sees 15 minutes and praying that when he's in the game, he just makes a couple of shots. No, I don't want that, even if it's $2,000. Love Ersan tonight at home, my man. I guess what I just said, I should eat my words. I'm sorry, but I don't like it. I'm hoping tonight is the game that Mirotic goes ham. Yeah, that's really all you can do is just hope he makes his early shots. There's no really other analysis behind it. If Mirotic hits his early shots, he probably sees a couple more minutes. LOL at Donnie, I've been hoping Mirotic goes off and I'm still waiting. Right? Yeah, everybody has it. In the game that nobody owns him, like probably tonight, he will. I have him as low value pick. Geez, yeah, he's decent. Oh, you're talking about Ersan. Yeah, no, I don't want any. Congrats, Sal. I really respect Sportscaster as a company. I'll see you there. Hey, Chris Sullivan, DM me or something. You are into Sportscaster. Yeah, they reached out to me about 5 days ago, and I have signed a deal. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that, but the contract has been signed. Yeah, I'm starting June 1st. I'm still going to be on YouTube. Like, nothing is being taken away from my YouTube. I'm just going to be 3 times a week over on Sportscaster for like 15 minutes, like 2 days, and then I'll be doing like an hour to 2 of a broadcast of like an afternoon baseball or NBA playoffs at that time. So yeah, I'm excited. Congrats, Al. Thank you guys. Congrats, bro. Much love, and I'll be supporting, man. Thank you, Cornell. I appreciate that. K. Leonard. Damn. Kawhi Leonard, question mark. Yeah, I want Kawhi Leonard. I want all the Kawhi Leonard I can get. Probably, I'm 100% Giannis and Kawhi Leonard in all of my lineups, which is 2. But if I had 10, I'd probably have 100% of both of them too. Hill and Van Vliet or Ersan and Powell? Oh, that's tough. You're pretty much, I like Ersan and Powell there. I'll go Ersan and Powell. What Leonard did as captain during the Portland series? I honestly don't know, like 2 days ago, so what did he do? Obviously, he went absolutely bananas, right? For like 5 straight games, so I imagine he did really good. How many lineups are you going to play both Freak and Leonard in? Well, Kemper, Brody, I'm playing 2 lineups tonight. Yes. Sally, you're only playing $40 tonight? Yes, it's a showdown slate. I'm going to burn my $40. I'm going to be like, damn, I lost $40. That stinks. My bankroll is down. Why did I play? But yeah, I'm playing 2 lineups and I have them both in there. And Giannis is my captain in both. So there's half my lineups. Figure out the rest. Who is your play call that's similar to Middleton last game? You like that, Jay Will, right? You like that I picked the captain in Middleton somehow. Got lucky. I just liked him because the price was low. I didn't think he was going to be the captain. It would be probably Pascal Siakam. People are going to be lower on him. His price is way too low. They auto-corrected his price way too much. He's at $8,000. Probably Pascal Siakam for me. Good looking, bringing the live chat to the PM. Thanks, Sal. Yeah, Beast, I had time. And I'm playing tonight, so why not? No more MLB talk or I unsubscribe, says Donald. Donald, I really hope you're joking. I hope you're not serious in terms of unsubscribing. I would not like that, but I'm talking MLB. I like MLB DFS to an extent. The contest structures stink, but I think it's a fun sweat, hoping that your pitcher strikes this guy out and that somebody hits a home run. That's really all you're hoping for. It is a very fair sport. But yeah, I'm going to continue to do MLB content, so I hope you don't subscribe, but there's more people that want it than you not wanting it. Middleton price skyrocketed. Would you fade him and sub Siakam into the captain spot? I would. Might be a blowout. Could be. I doubt it. It's a 2-point spread by Vegas, and they're pretty good at what they do. Obviously, they don't get it right all the time, but majority of the time it will be, so I'll rely on that. Brogdon needs to be in the lineup. I don't think he needs to be. Oh, in starting lineup, I think he should be in the starting lineup. I think Mirotic should go off the bench, but they like what they're getting out of the second unit with Brogdon, so keep him there. But in terms of your showdown lineup, Brogdon is not a must-play. Now, if Brogdon goes out and scores 40 fantasy points tonight, it's going to make him seem like a must-play, but in hindsight, he is not a must-play. Right on. Keep us updated. I'll listen in. Thank you, Bronco. Yeah, definitely. I'll be posting it on Twitter whenever I go live on Sportscaster. It's going to be very similar. It's going to be stats-based content, probably just talking DFS for an extra 15 minutes. So like when I live stream videos in the morning, I'll probably just hop on Sportscaster. But once a week, I'll be sitting there while a game's live and not commentating like you're Joe Buck or just being boring as hell. Not that Joe Buck's boring, but any commentator on the TVs, they're pretty boring. So this is a great idea, being able to have people call games on a site where you can be more casual, interact with them. I love the idea of Sportscaster. I really do. I'm not even like, the fact that I have a contract with them, I'm not an affiliate. I'm not making money off of me saying this. I'm not paid to have to say this. I love the idea of the app. What's your take on George Hill? I think he's viable off the bench. Yeah, I think he is. So my bad. When I said that bench players in terms of not being in play tonight outside of Powell or Brogdon, no, George Hill is for sure in play. I like George Hill a lot. EJ, look. Thanks for picking me up on that. Brogdon as captain. Your thoughts? No, I don't want it. But again, you can go there. I'm not saying it's out of play, but just look at it. It's Giannis and Kawhi, by far the best odds to be captain tonight. And then the last 2 games, the second best players on the team in Middleton and Siakam got there. Obviously, Brook Lopez game 1 was just an anomaly. It's not going to happen again. I can't even say the word anomaly. Fuck it, who cares? But yeah, I don't want Brogdon in the captain. Hill is really good on DK. I agree, Gibson. I think Hill is very good on DK. The birth of Sit Down with Sal on Sportscaster. I know you're not fond of using your name, but it sounds good. Yeah, Paul, you're the one who said that in the first place, right? Sit down with Sal. Maybe that's what I'll call it. Maybe, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it right now. Ready, Paul? You did this. Sit down with Sal. There you go. It's typed into my notes. That's shit that I go through every day like 3 times to clear out some must-dos or whatever. I like it, Paul. Thank you. That name's great. I got George Hill at 24.3 points. You think that's too aggressive? He is popping up in 75% of my lineup, says No Bones. No, I think that's not aggressive. I think it might be slightly, but I have George Hill at 21.5, so we're about 2.5 points difference. No Bones, how many minutes do you have him at? I have him at 27. I have him at 0.8 fantasy points per minute, which has been his playoff average. So obviously I have him in a matchup that's a little bit favorable for him coming off the bench. As opposed to the field. So yeah, I don't think that's aggressive. 24 might be a little bit high, but again, it's 2 points. What's going on? Ilyas Morsley? I fucked that up. Ilyas wants to pick Gasol, but then being away team is risky. Yeah, he didn't play as great on the road, but I think game 1 he had like 30 points. So I don't think it's as risky. I think not playing Gasol though I don't think Gasol is a must play. I like Gasol as a must play 2 games ago. He went for 55, made me look really good thanks to the overtime. But I don't think he's a must play tonight. What do we got? Trash boy, I'm not subscribed. Me eats poop. Okay, how do we get this guy out of here? God, this guy is just absolutely gross. Remove. Bang. Oh, I just deleted the message. Wait. We got to get this man out. Put user in a timeout. Oh my God, that's a bigger crush to the character. All right, we're putting the user in a timeout. We're not going to kick him, but we're going to put him in a timeout like a 5-year-old. Damn, because people can't. I don't even know what. That's weird. Fade Powell and go Danny Green, question mark. I wouldn't. Powell been on fire. I agree. He's playing over his head. He's playing over his head, for sure. Can't play Green. I agree. That's tough. Yeah, Green has to hit every 3 he puts in. I agree. Bledsoe does his thing tonight. He does overdue for a 40-point night. Oh, 40 points seems like a lot, but definitely. Can you scroll the chat up behind you? What does that mean? Like in big letters? You want me to blow the screen up behind me and have the chat there instead of just being on this little thing since, yeah, the projections are here? I can. I should set that up. I got to set that up beforehand. I can do it like right now on this guy right here. You see what I'm doing right here? I can do it right here. I could have chat here, right here. I could, but I'd have to put the YouTube chat in. So right now it's just going to stay where it is, I guess. Sorry about that. But I got to put this back over the shoulder. All the way. What do we got? Digging the content style. Question about DF in general. How do you handle losing streaks? NBA has been good to me, but I've been losing for a week in MLB. Should I take a break from MLB? Yeah, cool harmony. That's the MLB. MLB, you were going to lose. I'm on a huge losing streak in the MLB outside of 2 nights ago when I just missed out on goddamn $96,000 if I just get one hit. One hit from Albert Pujols. He goes 0 for 5. He goes 0 for 5. One hit. But we're fine. But one hit. Outside of that day, though, I've been on a big downstream. I'm not playing the best contests, but the best contests on MLB are the ones that usually require a bigger buy-in because a lot of them stink. MLB, you're going to lose. You're going to lose for 15 days straight in MLB, and then you'll hit something, and you better hope it's big. That's just the way it is. The payout structures stink. How do I handle losing streaks? I'm not the greatest at them. I'm probably not the best one to answer. I'm on a huge losing streak, or was on a big losing streak. Banked something, but yeah, you just got to survive. You got to not put all of your bankroll into play. You got to have percentages in there and do good bankroll management, and then you'll eventually bank something. Nice. Good luck, bro. Thank you, Paul. You too. If you take Giannis and Leonard, how in the world do you not have to take bench players if one of the two are captains? It says broken brain. Yeah, so people are going to take that out of context, I guess, or just blow it out of proportion. I think Brogdon, George Hill, and Norman Powell are good bench players. I think they're fine. I think they're viable. So you need to probably take them. Yes. Thanks, Sal. I appreciate you to reply to everybody and taking the time to help us all in your spare time, man. Yeah, no problem. Definitely. Okay, there can be other players better than Curry. Curry? What do you mean? Curry's not playing tonight. People are weird. Yeah, we put that guy on a timeout. He's a weirdo. We'll kick him once he's back in, though. Please get him out. Yeah, we did. Give me your top 2 utilities on FanDuel. Abe, I don't play FanDuel. FanDuel Showdown, you should not put $1 into that. Take all your money out. I don't care that you saw Big T win $100,000. That was, for the most part, a lot of lineups being put in and luck. Like, do not play FanDuel's Showdown. You shouldn't even be playing Draftkings Showdown. You should not be watching this video. Draftkings Showdown is so variant, and now instead of picking one captain, you have to pick the order of 3 captains and then 2 other guys. So, yeah, just bet $500 instead tonight, or however much money you're going to play in tonight, bet that on a team, and you have a much better chance of winning anything. No, chat is behind you. No, the chat is behind you. Oh, shit. The chat's behind my head. Oh, goddamn. So this is what you want. Yes, the chat was behind my head. Good idea. Good catch. Yes, the chat was behind my head. Let's blow up the chat, why don't we? So the people who want to, there we go. Oh, we're cooking. We're blowing up the chat. Hold up. Oh, God. Oh, this is great. Look at this. Let's just get these projections back on the screen. They're going to be very small, but whatever. Look at that. Chat, maybe a little bit too blown up. I like it. Good call. You said it's behind me, so you couldn't see it because my head's there. Duh, Sal. Let's get this adjusted. Damn, we got 100 plus people in here right now. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Now I can't see how many people in here. Damn. What'd I do? 112. Cool. All right. Let's talk. I'm expecting blowout tonight. Oh, wait, we got caught up. Mirotic or Hill? I like Hill. Oh my God, says James. How many minutes will Ibaka see tonight? I have him at 15. Realistically, I probably have him under projected, but I needed to make some other things pop for some lineups. But I'd say 15 to 18 for Ibaka. 25 minutes for Ibaka. I don't think so. I'm expecting blowout tonight. Bucks win before the fourth. That could happen. I don't think so. Fred VanVleet just had a baby. He might be tired from being up all night changing diapers. Rick. Yeah, Rick, that's a great point. I saw that he shot better in the last game because he had a baby. That's why he shot better. All right. He just shot better. I was talking the one you timed out on. I don't know what you're talking about, James Too Cool. I don't know better players than Curry. I have no idea. Middleton or Gasol at the star or pro spot on FanDuel. Again, which one counts as more points? Star, I imagine? I have no idea. Is Star the most points over there? I really have no idea. I don't play over there, so. Sal, don't tell us to fade DK Showdown slates. Always fade FanDuel. We are all degenerates. Says Donald. Oh, yeah, I'm playing it. Like, I'm literally a hypocrite. I'm saying we should be fading these, and I've got 2 lineups for $40 that I could be putting towards much better things. Chris Sullivan donates $1. My lord. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. You know where that's going? To PayPal. Actually, to Google AdSense. I lost all the thunder on that one. But no, thank you. I really appreciate that. No, I could see it said scroll up on the time chat. I have no idea. Drinks on me Saturday. If I hit big, LOL. My moneymaker is Bledsoe tonight. Yeah, I think Bledsoe's viable. More than viable. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that super chat donation. If you want to be like Chris and see your name on the screen and give your money away to a content creator, you can hit $ and whatever on the chat. But that is a plug that is a little bit above me, so, or below me, I guess you could say. Yeah, well, how many people we got in here? I somehow caught up on the questions. So, you're welcome, Sal. Thank you. I'm slaying tonight, says Danny Latta. Definitely. Yeah, Chris, I appreciate it. Let's see. I got some texts I might have to answer. What do we got? 109 people in here. Keep them coming. Keep the questions coming. We got all caught up somehow, some way. Oh, bang, bang. Easy money. Alex, thanks, Sal. Enjoy all your help. I appreciate you, Alex. $2 donation from Alex. I don't want to mess up the last name. I mean, you literally just donated to my channel. Which, again, the money from these donations to the channel is literally sort of like a part-time job salary. So, I mean, I get money from, like, ads and stuff and some sponsorships, which is cool. But I'm not just taking your money and going to buy a drink with it. That would be an injustice. An injustice. I guess that's a good word. But Alex Daglis? It's not Douglas. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thoughts on Ibaka tonight, says Andrew L. Yeah, I'm lower on Ibaka than a lot of people. And I could be wrong. I might be wrong. I might have personal biases. I'm trying to look at this clearly. But Ibaka saw 24 minutes in the last game. And that was with Pascal Siakam seeing probably like 14 to 15 less minutes than he would have because of foul trouble. And I could say that a good amount of those, I would say very well so that 6 to 7 of those extra minutes were because of Siakam's foul trouble. So Siakam or Ibaka can see increased run tonight. I don't think it's going to happen. That's just me. You had it right the first round. Daglis. Thank you. Haha. Thanks, sir. Keep up the good work. Appreciate you, Alex. Thank you so much. What can I do with this? It says that you could do some stuff. Go to their channel. That's probably not a good idea right now. Put user in a timeout. Okay, no. I don't want to put Alex in a timeout for doing that. I just wanted to see if you can like badge it or link it to the channel or say thank you. I don't know, something. Yeah, we caught up. How the hell did I catch up on questions? I thought they were just going to keep coming in, but they slowed down. 109 people watching. We've been doing this for 48 minutes, and we made $3. That's what it's all about. No, this is fun regardless. This is fun. This is really fun. Thank you all. Is Giannis a must at captain tonight? I mean, he's not a must on a showdown slate. He's definitely not a must. Like, if you're playing a lot of lineups, 100% Giannis at a captain is not a bad idea. But yeah, that's a lot of leverage. But that being said, I have Giannis in both of my lineups tonight. So, yeah, I like the Giannis at the captain spot. Again, do not come running to me on Twitter or do not come in the comments. Somebody came in the comment section. Oh, my God, this was great. I woke up at 2 in the morning to go to the bathroom. Right? Just going to the bathroom, and I look at my phone because, I mean, who doesn't? And I'm like, get a comment at like 1:30 in the morning. So dude's just like 3 or 4 just like swear words, curse words, and just like calling me names. And I'm like, what did I do? I was like, did I say something like really bad on air? I was like half awake in the morning, or I guess in the middle of the night, 2 a.m. Guy's just like, you weren't high on Ibaka. You weren't high on Serge Ibaka, and you made me lose money. I could have put that towards a bike for my daughter. And I read it and I was like, wait, I got to read this again. Is this person serious? I was like, there's no way this person's serious. Damn, Danny Lata donating $5. Thank you so much. So I think what happens with Super Chat is if you donate the most or whatever, then you get like pinned to the top. But Danny Lata, let me know which one. Lata, number 1, Lata, number 2. Thank you so much. $5, that's awesome. That's your hard-earned money that you're helping me. So thank you. Thank you for helping the channel. But back to this person, and again, don't want to understate that. Thank you, Danny. Appreciate it. But back to this person who commented, I'm just like, this person can't be real. And then I like looked and I was like, oh, Ibaka played really well, like almost 40 fantasy points. Like, what did I miss there? And then when I went back and I saw Pascal Siakam was in foul trouble, number 1, Lata, right? Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. When I saw Pascal Siakam was in foul trouble, I didn't feel as bad for losing his daughter's bike. Like, I put the money into the account and hit update lineup or whatever. That was funny. But quickly blocked the comment because I was like, I can't. I gotta go to bed. I can't even think about answering that. That's just ridiculous. What about Lopez as captain? I could fit Giannis, Kawhi, and Pascal. What's going on, Donnie? So here's the thing. Lopez as captain, game 1, we saw him go off. Sure. Can he do it again? Sure. You can fit Giannis, Kawhi, and Pascal. I think you can do that regardless. I think there's other ways to fit those 3. I think there's other ways to fit those 3, but I don't think that it's viable for. If Lopez gets 30 points tonight, that's good if he's in the utility spot. In the captain, that's probably not really winning anybody anything. 45 from Lopez in the captain spot, most likely, unless this game gets wacky, is not winning anything for the most part. Blue Will Smith Genie. Don't know if that's a song, but what's going on, Dave? You stole his daughter's bike. I took it. I don't even have my own bike. I tried to buy a bike 2 years ago here at State College, and I buy the bike, and I go on Craigslist, buy this bike for like $10, $15. It's a really nice bike. It's like an old man with his wife standing outside, so I'm like, okay. I slowly creeped up there in a car. I'm like, okay, this is safe. I'm not going to get abducted today. So I get out of the car. I get on the bike. I ride it around the block twice, and I'm like, oh, cool. This bike works. Here's your $10, man, mister. Thank you so much. You're so kind. My friends drive my car home. I start riding the bike home. I hit the brakes by the street. Front tire falls off. I fall over the top. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So busted knee, and I got to walk this thing a mile back to this guy's house. And I'm just like, hey, the bike didn't work. And I got his tire in my one hand, and he's like, all right, sorry, here you go. So that has nothing to do with DFS. You said stole his daughter's bike. This guy says I stole his daughter's bike, but that's what it is. What do you think about having both centers in the lineup? So I imagine Gasol. Wait, Danny, clarify a little bit. Gasol and Lopez, I think you mean. I think that's fine. I think that price point for both of them, though, means that you're not going lower. Maybe you're going to Powell. Or do you mean both centers in terms of Ibaka and Gasol? Because I wouldn't want both of them. Although it worked the last game, I wouldn't want both of them. But Lopez and Gasol, I don't get to them. Okay, Gasol, Lopez, that's what I thought. Thanks. I'm not getting to both of them. I thought about getting to both of them, and the way that it made my lineup look in terms of like ceiling, I didn't like it too much. So I only got to one, but I don't think having both of them is not possible in a winning lineup. I feel very stable about Gasol. I could say that. So really what we're asking there is, do I think Lopez plays well? I think Gasol plays well tonight. I think he sees increased minutes. He's closing out these games and playing loads of minutes in the second halves. He played like 18 minutes in the second half of the last game or something crazy. We're caught up on questions. Hey, Anton Morphy, Brogdon or Gasol? Yeah, that's a good question. I lean Gasol, both for the savings, and I haven't projected for like 6 more points. Again, projections on showdowns, I understand. Take them whatever you want about them. I want Gasol, so that probably means you should play Brogdon. We all know that Leonard is hurt, so stay away from him. Jose, you can. You can definitely stay away from Leonard. I wouldn't. Is he hurt? Like, I know he was probable or dealing with an injury, but is he hurt in terms of Damian Lillard hurt, broken ribs hurt? Or is he just tired and busted up like every single player on that court at this point in the season? Because once the game comes and the adrenaline kicks in and you have 2 shots in your ankle or whatever it is that's bothering Kawhi Leonard, I don't think that he'll be playing hurt. Powell or Hill? Yeah, Powell or Hill has been asked a couple of times, Andrew, and I think it's a very good question. I think Hill is going to leave you, one, more money on the table and lower ownership, but I think Powell is just the better play. Now, they're going to play very close minutes, so I would go between Powell and Hill. I like Powell, but I like both of them a lot. I'm leaning Mirotic over Ibaka. I like that. Thinking Ibaka's minutes take a hit. What do you think? Ibaka's minutes have already taken a hit. That last game does not. Those are not Ibaka's minutes the last game. His minutes in the series are like 15, 16. Ibaka playing 24 in the last game was a product of a lot of foul trouble. Powell or Hill, got the question again. I personally like Powell there. I have him projected for about 4.5 more points than Hill, but I like both of them. Lowry and Middleton's prices are jacked up. Yes, they are. If you were to fade one, who would it be? Middleton. I don't see Lowry putting up 40 again, but Middleton could continue to have success with Kawhi on Giannis. Kawhi on Giannis, Leonard on Giannis. I would fade Middleton due to pricing. But if you could fit it the way that you like it with money on the table, go for it. Lopez or Gasol or Ibaka. Gasol, but if it lets you leave money on the table and you're only entering one lineup, I'd probably go Lopez. I like Siakam more than those two, but I'm doing mass lineups and want to see how much exposure I should have for each. How many lineups E-Man are? How many lineups is mass? That would help me. If you're telling me it's 20, I would have 5 Middleton and more of Lowry, or 5 of each. Like, I don't want a ton of either. 20%, 25% is fine with me there. Mirotic really hasn't clicked with past lineups for me. However, I keep running back to him. Any thoughts on getting him into a utility spot? Yeah, Noah Renfro. So I talked about it a little bit earlier with Middleton. And for me, Middleton is not a... Oh, wait. You didn't say Middleton. You said Mirotic. Sorry. For me, Mirotic, I apologize. For me, Mirotic is literally... How does he play in the first quarter? If he's starting, how does he play in his first 6-7 minute rotation? If he doesn't do much for you, you're probably not getting there. If he hits 2 of his threes and gets a block and a steal like he has twice in these playoffs, he's going to do well. So in terms of analysis, that's not great analysis. He's going to play you 25, 26 minutes tonight, but he'll get more if he plays well early. He's a guy who relies very much so, more so than anybody else on this court, in terms of what his game will be at the end, his extended run on his early run. And I really can't predict how he'll start off the game. He's on a team where he doesn't get a lot of usage because of Giannis and Middleton. So I don't like going to him because, again, he's been really good once out of these however many games now in the playoffs for them, 15, 16 games in the playoffs. So yeah, I don't get there. Who is going to be the Ibaka? Someone going off. Always happens. Yeah, Ken Cunningham. It always happens, but it's impossible to predict. Like, you can say, oh, I think Danny Green plays well tonight. But how do you think he plays well? Because if you told me in the last game Ibaka would see 24 minutes, you probably didn't predict that Pascal Siakam got in foul trouble and only saw fouled out in like the third quarter or early fourth and only saw 23 minutes. So in terms of, it's always going to be somebody on a showdown slate. Somebody's going to pop differently. It doesn't have to be some Ersan Ilyasova. It could be Eric Bledsoe today or somebody like that. I have a feeling Siakam not going to play good today. Yeah, if you have a gut feeling and something behind it, then don't play him. Siakam or Gasol? Really good question there. Brandon Williamson, I got to ask, and I'm beating a dead horse. If you play Gasol, how much money's left on the table? If you're playing Siakam and you're leaving $0, $100, $200, $300, don't do that. Play Gasol. Look, that might be the lineup that ties if you play Siakam with hundreds of other people, but would you rather go into tonight with the pretty much same chances of splitting the money with 200 people or taking it all for yourself if you leave money on the table? It might not be as optimal of a build in terms of pure points, but things do not happen optimally to win a showdown slate. Middleton captain opinion. He's my 5th favorite captain. It goes Giannis, Kawhi, Pascal, Marc Gasol, Middleton. Those are my 5 favorite captains. Cool, thanks, bro. No problem, man. Will Bledsoe bounce back or continue to be shitty? That's a great question, but I like him at his lower price and people hating him and his coach calling him out. I'll take a chance on Bledsoe. So Gasol, Pascal, Middleton, and Giannis with George Hill and Powell as bench stars. That's fine. That's fine. You not having Kawhi is risky, but if that's the lineup you want to roll with, I think it's fine. Tonight's Ibaka is Bledsoe, so to the moon, banking on Bledsoe. Everybody's got their money on Bledsoe tonight. I like him. James Gray says, remember me. I don't. I do not know who the heck you are. Put sad faces. I don't know, James Gray. What's going on? Vliet is going to keep it going. He could. Antone, how do you think he keeps it going, though? I'm very curious. Like, I'm not trying to say that with any disrespect. Like, he played 25 minutes in the last game. How do you think he plays 20 more minutes? Or 20 to 25 more minutes? I don't see it. You do know that he checked directly in for Pascal Siakam. Got that extended. We can put a popcorn machine. It's 8 minutes right there. So I don't know where the minutes are coming from. The one guy that got their message hidden by you, says James Gray. In terms of the guy who was just saying weird stuff, like all the way up here. So you got on a different account. I mean, I could just hide you again. Oh, this guy, James Toole, message deleted, view deleted message. So here we go. You typed MMM. Oh, wait. James, you typed MNNNJ. So, yeah, I hit it. What am I supposed to do? Read a bunch of letters? Jesus Christ. Sal is blowing up, says Patrick Johnson. Am I? What's going on here? 115 live. Yeah, we're almost at an hour, Patrick. This is kind of fun, right? 115 of you in here. What's going on? How's it going? This is fun. May 23rd, 6:01 Eastern Time. I think, is Fast Eddie Fear doing a stream tonight? Because I will let him have his way in terms of with all of you. But yeah, is Fast Eddie Fear doing it tonight? I don't want to take away from that stream. And also, I've been on for an hour, so this is a good lead up to that. I should probably do some other things. I was just being funny, says James Gray. I don't know. What is there to be funny? Who's cracking jokes? 2 Twitter DMs. Let's see what we got going on here. Hey, Sal, this is Sid. What's going on, Sid? How you doing? Yo, I'm just starting fantasy sports. What do I do? Says Exility Gaming. What do you do? That's a tough question. If you're just starting daily fantasy gaming, start watching videos. Start watching videos every single day. Start playing with lineups. Buy some books. Jonathan Spale's books are pretty good. Some other ones. Yeah, that's what you do. You try and educate yourself. Like any other topic, when you start something new, you should try and reach out and follow the people in that industry who are successful or seem knowledgeable. Read books, because reading books is the best way to gain knowledge. Going to college for 4 or 5 years, I learned more in reading I learned more in reading about 20 books that have been really impactful on my life, and just financial wise, just coding wise, making content, whatever it might be, compared to 5 years of college. That's sad, but that's the U.S. education system. What do you think about Brogdon or Lowry? What's going on, Kevin? I'm not huge on either. Donald, if you're new to DFS, fade DFS. Yeah. If you play with emotions and you get hooked in and you're going to throw a lot of money around, you're going to lose a lot of money. Especially now that NFL season's not here and you're forced to sort of play MLB and WNBA. Kevin Hicks, so Brogdon or Lowry? I go Lowry just due to minutes. No problem. When did you start projecting stats, Sal? Do you have background in various mathematics, says Cool Harmony? I studied business strategy. I like marketing a lot. I like making my own videos like this a lot. In terms of mathematics, no. I mean, I'm good at math, but I just looked up some things. I read a couple of books. I reached out to some people, and I figured out how to make a projection system. It's a simple projection system, right? It's nothing crazy. I have different variables that are going into it. So like the numbers that you see on the screen right now are not the only things going into this end number. There's other things going into that end number that are on different sheets. I mean, if you want me to pull through all these sheets, look at them. There's like 20 down here. Oh shit, what is happening? I don't know what the hell just happened. But there's loads of different sheets that I'm pulling stats and equations from. So it's not as complicated as it seems, especially for NBA, because it is more projectable. I have projections for MLB. This is just all the different sheets, right? Loads of different things that I'm factoring in. I have, here we go. I have stuff from like different sports. Powell or Hill tonight? Damn, SGM Productions, how's it going? Yeah, I have loads of Powell or Hill questions coming in, and that might be the question. Why not both? I'm gonna go with Powell, but I really do like both. But I'm going with Powell, but I like both. Do you think Connaughton tonight can he get to 19 minutes? No, I don't think Connaughton plays 19 minutes unless there's some wacky shit. But projecting stats, beginning of NBA season, I started projecting stats. Because NBA is the only sport that you really should be doing projections. MLB, they're good to look at, and if you're optimizing, you probably need them just to save time. And then NFL, they're good to have, but nothing is as projectable as the NBA. Projecting minutes in the NBA and player performance is a lot more in place to do. Sal, what made you come back around to Gasol? In your previous video, it seemed like you were making a stand to fade him, which made sense. I'm just curious, says Alex. So I've had 2 lineups, and one of them doesn't have Gasol in it. The price. I would say the price is more so than anything, because I've been able to leave money on the table in a good amount, which is what I like to do in showdowns. I've been able to do that and still play Gasol. Now, ownership is going to be bigger on him. It's coming back on the road, whatever it might be. So I was very close, though. So, Alex, I know I'm talking him up a little bit more than I did in the video. I was very close to having him in neither of my lineups, and obviously it hasn't started yet, so I might get there. But I've been liking him a little bit more because of the price. The price is just not up there. Like, you can still do a lot of things, get to a lot of players, still leave $1,000+ on the table, feel good about your lineup with Gasol in it instead of Brook Lopez. I was under the impression, without building any lineups, or just assuming that if I went to Brook Lopez over Gasol, it would leave me that 600. But I could leave that and way more even having Gasol. So that's really it, I would say. Do you watch all the NBA games, Donald? No, I don't think it makes sense to. Not at all. There's so many websites out there. You don't have to watch any NBA games. It's good to watch. Like, I like watching NBA, so I do, but I don't watch all of them. No. If I'm having a sweat, yes. These games that are ending at 1 in the morning on the West Coast for the Golden State, I'm not watching those. I can care less. But I use Popcorn Machine. I use NBA Wowie. I use some other on-off tools, and I pretty much understand what happens. I get to watch exactly when players check in, why they're checking in, did somebody get in foul trouble, how long they're staying in the game for, what they're doing when they're in the game, are they staying in because they're on a run, what their fantasy point per minute is when this guy's on the court, when it's not. You don't need to watch the games for really any sport. Hey, brother, neat channel. I wish I could fit a better last player in my lineup, but lo and behold, it's coming. Is he an okay fit if that's all you have left in your salary cap? No. What's going on, Big Bad Beard? That was your question. No. I have him at 9 minutes tonight, and I have him at 7 fantasy points. That's you're not going to do anything with that. Who would win in a fight, Powell or Hill, Andrew L? Damn. Who would win in a fight, Powell or Hill? That's also a good question. They're like the same player, right? Size-wise. I'd go with Powell. James Gray calls me disrespectful, and now it's my turn. Cool. Thanks for the content and keeping it real. One of the most professional DFS advice blah blah blah. I butchered that. You were being so nice and I butchered it, Benjamin. Thanks for the content and keeping it real. One of the most professional DFS advice contributors out there. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for calling me professional. That's really nice of you. Me and my hoodie and dad hat. Appreciate that, Benjamin. Hill, because he was bowling ball shoulders. He has bowling ball shoulders. He does. He does. Oh, look at that big one. We're going to hide that. And peace out. Can you put Powell in the pro or star slot? Brandon Williamson, or somebody even. Just let me know on FanDuel, what is the pro and star spot? Like, I don't know. I don't play the FanDuel Showdown. I know there's 3. Pro and star, is there only 2? Like, I thought there was 3. So why are you off Van Vliet again, says Highlight? He's not going to play enough, and people think he is. He played 25 minutes last game because of Pascal Siakam. So Serge Ibaka and Fred VanVleet saw more run because Pascal Siakam played about 15 minutes less due to foul trouble, right? They each saw combined about 17 more minutes, and 15 of those were because Siakam was off the court. So majority of those, and he checked directly in. For Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet. So he literally saw more run because Siakam was in foul trouble. So that's why I'm off of him, because people are going to see those minutes and play him. And one, he's not been good. He has not been good. If he gets more minutes, sure, but he's not been good. The $2,600 price tag with increased ownership and low minutes, that's why. All starters for me tonight. That's fine. Danny Green, sleeper of the night, says Darian Young. The fact that Norman Powell's been playing bigger minutes would mean no, but I do like where you're going with Danny Green, sleeper. He's been terrible. He has to hit his threes, but he played 25 minutes, and he was going to close the game out if it didn't blow out. So he was going to play around 28 minutes in that last game, which is nice to see, as opposed to 22 or whatever people have been thinking he's going to play. So I think Danny Green sees decent minutes, 25 plus, but he needs to actually knock down threes, which that's very reliant on shooting or just whatever it might be. Hey, glad I made the stream and 888. That was a terrible answer on my part, but I'm very reliant on shooting. But it is, right? What are your thoughts on Mirotic? I feel like he's going to have a good night tonight. So my thoughts on Mirotic have been said a few times now. How many people are in here? I think I'm going to bounce. I just got to do some other things. Been on live for about an hour now. Oh, damn. 116. So people are still watching this. God damn. My thoughts on Mirotic is that the only way he gets you there are most likely if he has a hot start. He's the guy who relies the most on a hot start. If he knocks down 2 threes early, you can be damn well that your low-owned Mirotic is going to be a good play. I can't really give you any other advice. Keith Soros, Sal, are you my dad? Son? Is that you? Lopez or Mirotic? Good question. If it leaves more money, Mirotic, but Lopez I like for pure points. FanDuel, thank you, Brandon. I appreciate this. MVP 2X, star 1.5, pro 1.2. So now what was your question, Brandon? Let me find it. Can you put Powell in the pro or star slot? So does their salary goes up as well, Brandon? Just like on Draftkings, if you put them in those spots, not just points. I think you could put him in the pro spot. I don't think I put him in the star spot. I probably don't put him in any. Mirthick stinks. He burnt me many times. Yeah, that's fair. He's usually bad. Siakam has been in foul trouble 2 of the 4 games. Doesn't that give you some concern? I can't predict foul trouble, so, I mean, the one game he was the captain. Sure, it went into double OT. So it doesn't give me it doesn't give me concern. Sal, tell the new kid to learn and get knowledge on WNBA if he wants to have his best chance to win something. Are you the new kid? It is hard to find information, especially early in the year. I'm having trouble finding information right now. So I'd say wait a week. Don't put any of your money into WNBA for a week unless you have a ton of information on starting lineups and things like that. And then just start projecting it. I project it the same way I do the NBA. It is a projectable sport, so that's why the WNBA can be won, and it is very lucrative because there's not as much news out there. You're not going to have fantasy labs telling you who's in and who's out. You have to literally search that stuff on Twitter. People aren't going to do that. There's going to be a lot of zeros in lineups, even your own potentially. So I like it because it's projectable, and if you put the work in, you're going to have a bigger edge. Sal, what's your take on captains? Stick with the studs or get a little interesting? Yeah, and I'm sticking with the studs. I like Giannis the most and then Kawhi. No. So salary doesn't go up. So Brandon, I think it stays the same for me. I think he's fine in that 1.2 spot, but I wouldn't want him in either. Just because I think the upside is 30 fantasy points. Like right now he's playing at his highest level. At a point per minute, scoring 30 to 31 points these last 2 games or whatever it was. He's not going to get you much more than that. So if him getting you that much is still not winning it for people, I don't think you need him there. Anybody guard ABC will be in foul trouble. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, he draws a lot of contact, right? But maybe not. Kawhi should be on him a bit more. Kawhi usually is pretty good at avoiding contact, and Kawhi getting 4 fouls in the second quarter might not take him off the court. That sounds ridiculous, but he's had 3 in the first quarter. He hasn't come off the court. Ilyasova had 2K thoughts. I don't want any personally. I think the salaries are loose enough in terms of your Bledsoes, your Brook Lopez, your Marc Gasols, in terms of Pascal Siakam even being cheaper. You have George Hill, Norman Powell being cheaper. You don't really need to go to Ersan Ilyasova. I don't think so. I need a good idea for my lineup. I do too. Good shit, bro. I won 480 Sunday night after listening to your channel. Your breakdowns helped me make some good picks. Nice, Mr. 1715. That's awesome. Good money. Keep it up. Thinking the same, but Kawhi seems hurt. Might be a fade. Yeah, it could be. I personally am not getting away from Kawhi. I understand people think that he's hurt, playing hurt. That's fine. I'm still going to go to him. Do you play Prize Picks? If so, have you found success on that platform? Benjamin asks, do I play Prize Picks? I do not play Prize Picks. Have my own opinions on Prize Picks, but I do not play. Mr. 175, $10. Thanks, he says. Mr. 175, the biggest contributor of the night so far. Thank you so much. That makes me so happy. I'm happy that you won 480 and felt the need to donate back. That's incredible. Thank you so much. Definitely never needed, but always appreciated. Is that a saying? Because I just made it up. I don't know. But thank you, really. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Sal, great contact. Thanks. But thank you, Jay. I appreciate you, Jay. But yeah, Prize Picks, I don't play. I think the idea of parlaying and things like that, do you get better odds than Vegas? Do you get better odds than Draftkings site, whatever it might be? I just personally don't play. I don't know too much about it. They reached out for an affiliate deal, and I personally just wasn't comfortable with it. I like Brook Lopez on my captain spot on one lineup. You're going to be different, so you're going to get leverage by being different, but I'm not going to Brook Lopez as my captain. The fact that Brook Lopez has already had a 50-plus point game in the playoffs kind of makes me think that he's not going to do it again. Lowry or Middleton? So, Keith, Lowry or Middleton in your utility spot, you have how much money left over? I would say Middleton if you're just telling me to pick one. If you're going to get yourself $1,000 left over, then it's going to be Lowry for me. It's all about the money left over. I know people are going to say, why does that matter so much? If you want to win $100,000 or even $20,000, split it with 6 people. You cannot spend all of your money. So many people. There's just so few combinations if you spend all of your money. First time listening, you're a real one. Last question. Thank you, Brendan Williamson, by the way. How do you think Lopez really does tonight? So, more times than not, Brandon, Brook Lopez is going to go out tonight, and he'll probably score around 20 to 25 fantasy points. And if he hits an extra 3 or 2, he'll get in the 30s. So, that's it. Realistically, I have him projected for like 24 fantasy points. So, that's what I think he does tonight on most nights. But that's not 100% of the time, and tonight is not 100% of the time. So, yes, most nights that's what happens. But Sorry, I'm reading all the comments and now it's messing with me. Lowry or Middleton a bunch of times, Keith says. Keith, how much money are you leaving on the table? If you pick Lowry, how much money's left on the table? That's what I need to know. But sorry, I lost the whole train of thought for Brandon. Yeah, Lopez, I think he plays decent. 24 fantasy points is what I haven't projected at. Sal, the best up-and-coming DFS YouTuber. Ant, that means a lot. Thank you so much. This is the most fun I ever have. Christian G says, can we ask why you reject their offer? In terms of prize picks, nah, I don't want to get into it. It's really not a big deal. But I don't want to get into it. Not just them, but just in general. There's another site too out there, Monkey Knife Fight or something, right? And there's a couple of things that I'm not even totally sure if everything's legal in terms of how they're getting this out there yet. So yeah, like Thrive Fantasy it's fantasy props, so like that's legal. It's fantasy points based, so we already know DFS is legal. We've been through that whole court stuff. But some of this other stuff, sports gambling is legal nationwide, but in terms of having a sports gambling license, whatever, it's a long story. It has nothing to do with them, really. Ryan Back, good question, but not answering that. Bayok, whatever your name is. What is the sweet spot to leave on the table between 800 and 1,200? Yes, 800 plus. I have lineups with 1,600 on the table tonight, or 1,500. So yeah, Alex Douglas, I think that's right? That's fine. Siakam or Middleton? I like Siakam. I think you said it before. Yeah, keep doing these live chats, Sal. Thank you, Chase. I'm going to do them as long as I can. I don't think I'm going to go 2 hours tonight. We're at like an hour and 15 minutes right now. Hour 15, 120 of you in here. You guys are crazy. Yeah, Lowry's $1,000 cheaper. Yeah, so if you pick Lowry, you leave $1,000 on the table. I would pick Lowry. Brandon Parker, Middleton is an absolute lock with Kawhi moving from him to Giannis. His shot totals keep going up. No chance I don't have him. That's fair. Definitely fair. Who is the best captain? Thank you, Dad. I love you, says Keith. I hope you're not my son. I mean, I'm only 22. How can you be on here working this already? I couldn't have a kid at 7. Who is the best captain for tonight? I don't know who the best captain is. We'll find that out at the end of the night. But I like Giannis, and I'm not being different, but I like Giannis the most. Tell the sweet spot to leave on FanDuel. I'm not sure, Sid. I don't play on FanDuel, so I really don't know what those lineups look like. I would say the same amount, right? I would say the same amount, 800 to 1,000. Can you share those opinions on prize picks, says Benjamin? Not on a live stream with 120 people watching and more so afterwards. It's not just prize picks. It's just the whole idea of that. I haven't played on the site. The site could be great, but in terms of me like marketing it as a content producer, I have to like really trust in some things. Like I do Draft Dashboard. I like Draft Dashboard. I like the people behind that product. I really like this new sportscaster. I like drafters. Like I have to make a connection with the people themselves, and then I have to also think that there's something behind the product that I can support. Like I have to like the product. So there's opinions that I have, but they're nothing like vulgar or like these people are robbing. No, it's not that. It's just I don't really like the product. That's it. Earlier, I mentioned George Hill at 24.3 DK points. I also have him at 27 minutes at 0.9, a little lower than his series average. 75% of my lineups here. Yeah, no bones. I touched on that. I have him at 27 minutes as well. I have him at 0.8, so that's probably the biggest difference. But I also weight defense. So George Hill is not just playing an average defense. He's playing the Raptors today. So I weight some things like that. So that's why George Hill comes in at less points for me. George Hill today comes in at 21.5. If I put him at 0.9, he's going to be right where you are. So I imagine you weight defense as well. I have him at 24. Yeah, I have him at 24.2. So we're really close tonight. If I put George Hill at 0.9, I have him at 0.8 because that's what his whole playoffs is. I'm factoring in his whole playoffs with his regular season with this series in terms of points per minute. Should I make one lineup or 10 different ones? Says Ryan. That's on you. You're either spending $20 or $200. I'd probably make one because Showdown stinks. Lopez or Ibaka? Lopez. LMAO, says Keith. Funny for sure. What's up, y'all? What's going on, B Noopsy? Ryan says Powell's still a lock. I like Powell a lot. Lock, very close, but not a lock. But I like him a lot because George Hill is down there, so he's not a lock. After his performance Tuesday night, I love Middleton back at the crib in a pivotal Game 5. Yeah. I like no hate against Middleton. Me putting, what is it? I'm reading comments as they come in. Me putting Middleton as my 5th favorite captain has nothing to do with me not liking him. I'm one of the biggest Middleton fans and truthers. Like, obviously, I was on him in that last game. But I like Giannis and Kawhi definitely more. And then just being different, because I think people are going to be going to Middleton a little bit more, I like Siakam, because I think he's a very similar player. Not, obviously, they have different games, but similar in terms of their production tonight. I have Middleton at 41.8 points, and I have Siakam right around 38. So, Sal, what's your take on maxing out your entry cap on GPPs? From your experience, does that pay out decently? Are you saying playing 150 lineups and 150 max? Does that pay out decently? It's the same thing as playing one lineup. You have to construct your 150 lineups or 20 or whatever they are. You have to construct them well. You have to use an optimizer. You have to know how to use an optimizer. So it's tough. It's a lot harder to max enter. So when people say, "Oh, Awesemo, Chipotle, they're so good, they max enter," well, that's you then saying, Awesemo can enter 150 lineups. That's why he's winning money. Well, you can enter 150 lineups too. So if you know it's guaranteeing people money, and I'm not saying this about you, Ant, I'm just saying people in general. But if you know that that's the way to win money, why aren't you doing it? You're pretty much saying that there's a pile of money in the bathroom and you're just going to burn it on fire because you don't want to get into it. I said the bathroom because that's where my bathroom is, right there at the door. But yeah, I think that people are. It is a lot harder. DFS becomes a lot harder when you actually have to make lineups and max enter them because you're going to have lineups that don't correlate well, that are just playing bad players, that aren't leaving money on the table for showdown. So yeah, I think that it's a lot harder. I think that it obviously gives you a better chance to win in showdowns because you can nail the captain and have 30 lineups with the captain instead of having one lineup, having to nail the captain and then nail everybody else. Is Bledsoe a fade the whole series? No, I like Bledsoe today. When it comes to Brogdon, does he have any upside on tonight's slate being at home? No more upside, but I think Brogdon has more upside than people think. He was going to play 34 minutes in the last game if it didn't blow out. So, yeah, he's going to play good minutes. This has been a rough series for Middleton besides last game. Is something different going forward that may give him a boost? Yes, I like Middleton a lot through the regular season. Yeah, the thing that's different is Kawhi Leonard started to guard Giannis more in the last game. He picked up Giannis. Giannis shot 1 for 7, so imagine you see that more. So there should be a bump. You won me 183 last time. I picked Middleton as captain. What's your DraftKings account name? LOL. My DraftKings account name, SallyBoy96, I believe. I won you 183. No, you won you 183. I just put out advice. You make the money. Maxing 20s is a skill Sharks have mastered over the years. Yeah, it's extremely hard. Maxing a tournament, says Mike Love them thyself. Yeah, it's hard. It is not easy. People set rules. People think that all they do is click a button, get 150 lineups, and enter it. No, they make the projections. They alter things with ownership and randomness. They use uniques. They then go in and they sort different rules, hundreds of rules potentially. Yeah, it's not easy. I don't do it. I don't have the funds to do it. I'm 22 with student debt. I don't do that, but I would like to. No, yeah, but if you were able to guess every possible game script, one is bound to strike gold. That's fair, but that's more so in NFL. You can guess possible game scripts, and not every one of them, but possible game scripts more so. But in the NBA, what game scripts are you really guessing? You just really guess who's the captain, right, for the most part. But one strikes gold. Yeah, more often than not, compared to us, they're going to hit more because they have more lineups, definitely. Thanks for your positive feedback day in and day out. Also for your honesty. Let's make it happen, fellas. Yeah, Christian, no doubt about it. That's what YouTube or just in general, life. You be considerate. Unless people are not being considerate to you and your family, you should still try to, but then that's the only way that you can be a little bit inconsiderate. Push it back. You be considerate, you be transparent, you be honest. What's there to hide? There's nothing to hide. I'm 22. I don't play millions of dollars in DraftKings. I haven't won millions of dollars on DraftKings, but I look into it. And one day when I do hit that $50,000 prize pool, everybody will think I'm this big guru because I did. No, you can be good at DraftKings before that happens, or just DFS or anything really. Success does not come overnight. It's a cliche. And then you be transparent. You just put out good content. Like every single day I do this, and people ask me how to be good on YouTube. Know how to make some videos, some logo or some thumbnails. Be a normal person on camera. Like interact as if you're talking to your new girlfriend's parents. Be a nice person because you should be. And then just know what you're doing. Send him a tip, Ryan. Says A Bucket. Send him a tip. You don't have to send me anything. Who do you think wins this game? But good plug, Buckets. Who do you think wins this game? Brandon Parker, I don't know if you're sports betting, but I do not want to give no sports betting advice. If there's something that I've lost a lot of money at, it's sports betting. Vegas is a very tight market. It's like the stock market. Vegas is extremely tight and smart. If you're not getting an opening line and beating the closing number, which this might make no sense to everybody, but if you're not getting an opening line and beating the closing number, you're not going to win in Vegas. I really do think that there's like 100 people that are professional bettors in the world today. Yes, that's all I think there are. There's a lot of people out there who are phonies. There's a lot of people out there who know they're phonies and like that Lock It In or whatever the show is on ESPN or FS1. They just have fun with it, and that's cool. But nobody, for the most part, is a real sports bettor. Me telling you that I think the Bucks win tonight does not mean that I'm a sports bettor. It means that I'm picking what Vegas says, but they're not always right, and there's a spread on things. So I think the Bucks win because they're favored by 2. So I'll take Vegas' side most times. But in terms of betting, you will lose in the long run in sports betting. Every single person in here will. That's just how it is. It's true. I do. I've lost a lot. Yeah, Ken Hunningham. Wow, Hunningham. Ken Cunningham, that's a tough name. Says, put your cojones on the table and at 25 cents and see how that works out. Yeah, max out 20 lineups in the 25 cents. If you can consistently win, then you've hit something. Mirotic or Powell. I've got money left on the table either way. I like Mirotic. Money left on the table either way. Powell. I don't know why I said that. I like Powell. I'm going to test that strategy in quarter jukeboxes. Yeah, definitely. I'm ready. I'm going to test that strategy. That's funny. I'm ready for NFL. So am I, Jay Osborne, for sure. Rank Bledsoe, Middleton, Brogdon by interest. In terms of the way I get to them, Bledsoe, Middleton, Brogdon, in that order. You had it right. I think Brook Lopez has a good day today. That's fair. I think Bucks blow Toronto out today. That's fair. Who do you prefer in the captain spot in second tier, Siakam or Gasol? That's a good question. Those are the two. So I like, and I've said it a couple times, but you just probably got in here. I like, for me, it goes Giannis, Kawhi, Siakam, Gasol. So Siakam. Yeah. How many people are in here now? 122? You guys are crazy. When does it start? My culture going to be fire. I'm a Packers fan, so if you guys want to talk about fire and a potential top 5 defense in the NFL this year, hit up Green Bay. No more Mike McCarthy. The years of mediocrity with the best quarterback in the goddamn league are over. Sal, you can't stop. Can you love it? It shows. Rich, I'm trying to read that again. Sal, you can't stop. Can you? You love it. It shows. So there we go. I put my own comments in. Yeah, I love this stuff. This is fun. This is really fun. Like, I'm literally up to an hour and 25 minutes. My girlfriend works till 6:30 right now, so we're going to hang out right after that. But I'm up to, so many people hitting home runs for the Twins today. Did anybody play the showdown slate? Jonathan Scoop bombs, 2 from Miguel Sanu. Anybody knows what that means. The Bears down. The Bears, yeah, just kidding. You got the best show. Of course it's popping here, says Ant. Thank you, I appreciate that. But Rich, thank you. Yeah, this is fun. This is so fun. I'm sitting, like, if you actually think about this, interacting with this many people, I'm sitting in a room with a green screen behind me. Doesn't look like it. With some stats that I just dig into in the morning, and now it becomes a process. With a ring light in front of me to make myself look pretty. And yeah, we're just chatting. We're just hanging out. So this is fun. I'm excited to do this over on Sportscaster. Starting June 1st, I will have once a week, like an hour to 2 hour show when a game is live, and I'll kind of just commentate on the game, but not like boring, like, oh, he just strike 2. That's boring. I'm going to let things happen, and if anything crazy happens, I'll bring it up. And then we'll have like a 15-minute show. I'm going to have it structured once or twice a week on Sportscaster, but everything stays the same on YouTube. Nothing changes here. There'll just be more content somewhere else. Worked out a deal with them. Is Ilyasova viable? The best defense, says Sal. Says Jay about the Bears. A good defense, but who did you just get? Did you just get HaHa Clinton-Dix, Jay? That's a really bad player. But you know who you don't have? A really good player. The safety you just gave away. To the Packers. I'm just kidding, though. Bears, yeah, decent defense. Is Ilyasova viable, says Matt. Matt, how's it going? Is he viable? He's 15 minutes, $2,000. He's viable. He's in play, but I don't want it. Hey, Sal, what do you think about Ilya at 2,200? Is that FanDuel 2,200? I don't want it. Oops, he says. LOL. Yeah. Nah, yeah. Packers-Bears, game 1, right? Thursday night to start the year. First time it's not like a Super Bowl team for like the 7 years they've done it. Jay, Packers-Bears, we'll have a bet. Week 1. Like 10 DK dollars. Let's put a bet on it. No spreads. I don't know what the spread is. I imagine the Packers are favorited, right? I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers. But maybe not. They are on the road. Okay, I should probably get off this. It's been an hour and a half. I should probably look at some lineups. Illy FanDuel, 8,000. That can't be right. Ilyasova's 8,000 on FanDuel. That can't be right. Do you believe that sports are fixed? If so, do you think FanDuel and Draftkings have interest in changing fantasy outcomes? No, I don't believe sports are fixed. I do not. I think that there's a lot of kids in college. I think there's a lot of kids in college like Saquon Barkley and people like that coming out that if sports were fixed, one of them would have told us by now. You cannot make sports fixed, be that large of a scale, and not have come out. So, no, I don't think they're fixed. Hey, Sal, what's your thoughts on Ibaka versus Mirotic? Who would you lean with? Mirotic, I would. Fantasy football, back-to-back champ. I live and breathe that shit. I love fantasy football. Maybe in Discord we should get a fantasy football league going. High dollar buy-in. $100 or $200 buy-in, so maybe not too high. $100 buy-in. 12-person league. First come, first serve. I'm one of them, so we need 11 more. Who's in? PayPal me. You know what we should do? A Survivor League. We got some attention here. We should get, I don't know, 1,000 people to throw $10 in each, $10,000 prize pool, give it all to first. That sounds pretty fun. What do you think about Lowry captain? I missed your rankings earlier. Lowry captain, I don't want it. So rankings earlier, Giannis, for me, in terms of my interest and price, Giannis, Kawhi, Pascal, Marc Gasol, Chris Middleton. Those 5. You can flip Middleton and Gasol if you want. Then it would probably be Lowry. But yeah. We will side bet. I'm in, brother. Sounds good. Yeah, definitely. Hit me up on the side. Hit me up on Twitter, Jay, and we'll get something going for that. Twins, another bomb. Max Kepler, 2-run shot. His 10th. Damn, they're hitting all the home runs in Minnesota. That team just has great ISO power. Lowest pricing for Showdown on FanDuel is $6K, so it's believable. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's how much I play FanDuel. I don't. So, $8,000 for Ilya. I don't want it. Gas, Gasol, I mean, it's $2,000 on DraftKings, pretty cheap, and I don't want that, so I imagine I don't want it on FanDuel. I know blocks are more there, right? They're 3 points, but I still don't want it. Gasol total points, 10.5 on Bovada. Oh, don't play Bovada. Find a local bookie or something. Don't play Bovada or just some sort of bookie. Bovada, it takes so long to get your money. They charge you for depositing. Bovada's just the worst. Sounds fun. Yeah, it does sound fun. Survivor Leagues are really fun. I came in second this past year. There's only like 20 of us. We each put like $50 in, and the person took $1,000 for first. You just pick a team each week. No spread. Just pick a team that wins. And if they lose, you're out. How do you feel about fading Middleton tonight? I'm fine with it. Packers suck, says Joel David. Come on, Joel. In my stream, I got the 2010 poster with Clay Matthews, Nick Collins, pick 6. You're going to tell me that? They're right there. Bovada? It's Bovada, right? Is it not Bovada? Am I saying that wrong? You said Bovada? Bovada? I don't know. Yeah. Do you believe Kawhi is nursing an injury? Yeah, I mean, they put him on the injury report or whatever. They said he was probable. I don't think he's, in terms of nursing, like, limited by it. No, I don't. They are a rip. Show some respect, Joel. Come on, Joel. Goddamn Packers fan. Am I coming in? Joel, who's your favorite team? Do I come into your house and the first words I say to you are they suck? I'm kidding, but come on. Go Colts. Going to be scary this year. Yeah, I think the Colts will be scary. I'm excited to see them. Powell or Hill, DK. Powell or Hill. That's got to be a drinking game now. That's like the 6th one. Powell or Hill. Give me Norman, Powell, or Hill. It's been Powell for me. I like them both, though. And the reason Powell is not more of a lock is because Hill is now cheap. Fading Middleton, Siakam, and Lowry. All of them. Fading them all in one lineup, you can do it. Because you're probably having Kawhi and Giannis and one of them in the captain, so you can do it. Go Bears, highlight says. Go Birds. Philly guy. Uh-oh. All right, guys, I should bounce. It's 6:35. Baseball started for the afternoon. I've been here for an hour and 31 minutes. Yikes. That's a long time. Got to go apply some more remote work opportunities and things of that nature. So I'm going to peace out unless people have more questions. This has been fun. We just talked for an hour and 31 minutes. It felt like I've been in here for 10 minutes. I guess that's what fun is, right? Time flies when you're having it. Can we get that? Is Drake watching this? Or is he at the game tonight? He's probably at the game. Because that's a decent wrap. This is fun. Time flies when we're having it. That's got to be a bar somewhere. Would you run Gasol and Lopez on DK? I'm personally not, as of right now, but you can. Peace, brother. Peace, Ant. I might not even leave, but peace. Go Eagles. Who knows at this point? Yeah, get gone. Thanks. Thought you a real one. Thanks. I'm a real one. I appreciate that. Get gone, he says. Got to get out of here. What did I start? LOL, says Jay Osborne. I don't know. Philly. How do you feel about Powell? I like Powell. He's not a lock like I thought, or like a lot of people might think, because George Hill is also cheap. Are you my father? Keith says once again. Stop saying that. You're scaring me. You're really scaring me. I'm starting to get nervous. I don't have a kid. Fading Leonard tonight. No. Nah, Drake won't set a foot in Milwaukee. Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah. It's not in Milwaukee, but he's watching it, right? I can't see your Packer shrines with your spreadsheets up. I know. They're over there. Hold on. Can't see my Packer shrines with my spreadsheets up. Come on. Actually, please be the one that I have somewhere. Pop it up. Is this it? Oh my God, this is it. This is what's sitting in my corner right now. And you had the audacity, Joel, Bears fan here. Yeah, I'm kidding, but you had the audacity, and it's gonna be all pixely now because I can't blow it up all the way. This is the poster I have hanging over there, and you have $30. Thank God somebody bought that for me. That's a ripoff. You have the audacity to just say bad things when they're right here in the room. Are you a Bucks fan, Sal? No, Ant. So I'm a Packers fan, but I'm a Yankees fan, a Bruins fan, so shout out Stanley Cup. About to win that thing pretty easily, too. God, I hope I didn't jinx them. But I don't have a single team in the NBA. I don't. Penn State fan, bleed blue and white for college football. I don't have a team in the NBA. My dad never liked the NBA. That's just how it was. So I root for just good basketball, which is fun when you don't have a team. You don't have to stress about these playoffs. So I like Giannis. I like Kawhi. I like to watch good basketball. It's pretty hard not to enjoy that. But let's get this off the screen now that the projections are there. Said I didn't have my shrine up. How dare you? Jinx. I just said that. No, I knocked on wood. There's no jinxes here. I'm cracking up, says Keith. I'll have to thank you, brother. Love you, Sal. Thanks for the advice. Gonna win money on Draftkings someday soon. I hope you do. Peace, Sal. Peace, Jay. I can't see your Packers shrines. $1 Million Showdown coming up. Yes, there is. I got like 3 tickets to the $1 Million Showdown from playing just random ass qualifiers. And I don't want them, but I guess I'll play with them. Maybe we'll win $1 million. And then you guys will never see me again because I'll be on some island somewhere. No, $1 million goes nowhere these days, but I can make it last my whole life if you just don't want to buy new shoes and expensive cars and houses. Bledsoe going to show out tonight. You like him a lot all. Mike Gibbons, I like Bledsoe. Do I think he shows out? No, but if he gets me 28, 30 fantasy points, I'm fine with it. Jinx, says Jay Bourne. Where are you from? I'm originally from Staten Island, New York. My dad retired as a New York City correction officer / police officer, moved up to Northeast Pennsylvania, and I went to school at Penn State. That is the history of salvatory. Really didn't know you're a Packers fan. No, yeah, I really am. I seriously am a Packers fan. Packers, Yankees, Bruins, Penn State football. No actual fan in the NBA, which makes it even better. Not being a fan of a team in the NBA makes it even better, honestly, for that sport. Because, like, let's be honest, who wins the championship every year? You can pretty much tell the final 5 to 6 teams every single year, and that's no fun. You can't tell that in the NFL. Not to that deep of teams. Like, yeah, the Patriots are good, but it's not a guarantee every single year. Although the AFC is pretty trash. Same thing for baseball, so that's why I like it. It's a little bit more competitive. So, what's up? Who's your favorite team in the NBA? Says Little Trey. Little Trey, you're getting in here a little bit too late. I'm about to leave. I don't have a favorite team in the NBA. I'm being honest. That's dead serious. I don't have a favorite team. Really, Cheesehead? Yeah, I'm a Cheesehead. Hey, PA Nation, you gotta become a Sixers fan. I know you don't. They won't choke next year. Yeah, the Sixers have been good. I mean, I love Joel Embiid. I really like Joel Embiid. I really like Tobias Harris. I'm on Ben Simmons. I'm on Jimmy Butler. But I mean, I like watching them. I'm just not a fan. I become just fans of, now that I play DFS and I never had a team, I'm never going to have a team. I'm just going to have that team that night, the players that I roster. Thoughts on Pascal? He's my 3rd favorite captain option. If I'm not getting him in captain, I'm getting less of him. I was just in Harrisburg for a buff show. LOL. What is a buff show? Like, in terms of Max, you are the buffest in the live chat? Well, that's scary. Well, shit. This man's got guns in here. Watch out. No, I'm kidding, but that's awesome. Yeah, Harrisburg's like an hour and a half from here. Hour. I've been there like once or twice. There's a pretty cool, I don't know if you went out, Max. There's a pretty cool, is it called Spencer's or something? I don't remember. It's like an outdoor bar. It was really cool. I went there once. And Chris. Middleton's my 5th favorite captain, right around 4th, 4A, 4B, whatever it might be. And I'm not getting too much of Chris Middleton tonight due to price, but I think he's fine. I feel that, Sal. My Sixers bias gets the best of me. That's fair. Did Sandusky talk to you in the locker room, says Keith? No. So I came to Penn State way after all that stuff happened. No Sandusky in the locker rooms here. We're going to keep that on the down low, though. We don't like to talk about that. That is behind us. And also, I was never here when that happened, so I really have no actual connection outside of the fact that I went here, so I guess I do have a connection. So that's it, 6:40. How the hell did I go for an hour 37? All right, so if everybody in here tips me $100, I'll be out of student debt. So go ahead. I'll let them rein in, and then I'll go over to the kitchen, debt-free, and it'll be a great night for everybody, right? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. All right, Gasol captain. Mike Williams, Gasol captain is viable in my opinion. Text from the girlfriend. Leave him work now. Girlfriend going to be here in a half hour. Perfect timing. Sports will start. And 888. Yo, we all got that debt problem, brother. Yeah, I know. I'm kidding. Everybody's got debt. It's a bad problem, though. If you do not listen to the Dave Ramsey Show, listen to the Dave Ramsey Show. If you hate Dave Ramsey and now you hate me, I'm sorry. But the Dave Ramsey Show is true. Get yourself out of debt. Stop buying cars you can't afford. Stop buying houses when you do not have a down payment to do so. And stop using a credit card outside of just small purchases to keep your credit score in check. Get out of debt, as I sit here with a lot of student debt. But we'll be out of it and then never back in it. Cool. Thank you, gang. Good morning, says Keith. $1 from Justin Emerson. And Justin Emerson gets to show off the biceps. So now, Max, you are no longer. If I win the million, I'm donating at least a couple thousand, says Max. That's very generous of you. You shouldn't. That's all your money. I kid about this. I really do. But thank you. Thank you, Justin Emerson. I believe it's Emerson. Emerson. It's got to be Emerson. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Here's $1. He says, Sal. Thank you. I appreciate that. Really do. That's awesome. And Justin Emerson is challenging Max Lang for the Buffets in the lobby. I can see the picture. Might be weird to point out, but you have been challenged, Max, if that's what you mean by Buff Show. Maybe hitting a GPP will get you out of, brother. Wish you luck tonight. Yeah, maybe it will. I got 2 lineups going, right? Decent amount of money left. Both of them seem optimal, but we know that they're not going to win. I'm going to lose $40 more tonight. That should have went on the debt. But no, I'm pretty good. We got a plan going. We got all the stuff going, the debt snowball, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. We are at 1 hour and 40 minutes and 8 seconds. This is probably delayed by like 10. And I just did that long of a show. How the hell did that happen? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. He says, haha. Yeah, maybe if this goes, well, this will go to game 6. We'll do the same thing. We'll hop on, maybe not for 1 hour 40, but I always go double or triple what I say. So peace out. Peace out, gang. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody in here. You guys are the best. And girls. Peace.